This cross-section of a standard commercial flat roof reveals why a leak is so difficult to pin down. When water starts dripping onto your desk or inventory, the entry point on the roof is almost never directly above you. Water often travels horizontally through the insulation and along deck seams. It can enter near an HVAC curb, migrate across the building, and only drop indoors once it finds a low point in the ceiling grid. This unseen path makes any active intrusion an emergency. It threatens your immediate operations, puts inventory at risk, and creates safety hazards for your tenants. Severity increases instantly if water reaches high-risk zones. Drips near electrical panels, active customer areas, or sensitive server equipment require immediate damage control. Because the interior drip is just the end of a complex path, solving the problem requires a structural diagnosis of the entire roof assembly, not just a bucket under the leak. When a leak starts, the first instinct is often to send a maintenance worker up to the roof to find the hole and patch it quickly to avoid downtime. This is a high-risk move. A wet commercial roof is incredibly slippery and contains hidden hazards like fragile skylights, unstable roof edges, and tripping points around equipment. Sending untrained staff onto a roof without proper fall protection violates OSHA safety regulations. This creates massive legal and financial liability for the business owner. Furthermore, walking on a saturated roof during a storm can actually create new punctures in a membrane that is already under stress. An untrained response offers no guarantee of stopping the leak, but it does guarantee that your business is exposed to significant physical and legal risks. The most effective early response starts safely on the ground. Before a roofing crew arrives, follow an inside-first protocol to limit damage. Clear the area and establish a perimeter around wet floors. This is the only way to protect tenants and customers from slip and fall hazards. Move inventory, electronics, and merchandise away from the affected zone. Relocating assets early prevents a roofing problem from becoming a total inventory loss. Take clear photos and videos of the water entry and any damaged property. This documentation is essential for repair planning and future insurance conversations. These ground-level steps protect the business from liability, save valuable assets, and provide the evidence needed for a successful insurance claim. In Pasadena, commercial buildings like this one face a punishing environmental cycle. Months of intense UV exposure and heat dry out sealants and age roof membranes. Over time, materials shrink and crack, creating small gaps that remain invisible during the dry season. When sudden heavy rain arrives, those defects are exposed. If debris collects around drains, water begins backing up and finding every weak point. Watch for brown ceiling stains, bubbling paint, musty odors, or dampness around structural columns. These often appear long before an active drip becomes visible. If you see a bubble in the ceiling, do not puncture it. You have no way of knowing the volume of water or the weight of saturated insulation resting above that point. Pasadena's weather cycles mean that small thermal defects become catastrophic interior floods the moment the first major storm hits. During a leak, many owners try to apply random sealants or DIY patches over the general area where they think the hole might be. This matrix shows why temporary measures are limited. While they slow water entry during a storm, they cannot resolve the underlying structural failure. A temporary patch often traps moisture inside the insulation, allowing lateral water movement to continue out of sight. Many DIY materials are also incompatible with commercial membranes. Using the wrong sealant can chemically damage the surrounding area, forcing a much larger and more expensive repair later. Choosing a cheap, uncontrolled patch drives up long-term costs by hiding systemic failure and allowing moisture to destroy the building envelope from the inside. Response priorities change based on how you use the building. In retail and office spaces, a leak puts your brand presentation and tenant relationships at immediate risk. In warehouses and industrial facilities, the massive roof spans make leak tracing difficult, and inventory loss becomes your biggest financial threat. Regardless of the building type, the cost of waiting for the dry season to perform an assessment is much higher than the repair itself. This flowchart shows the damage path. Water leads to saturated insulation, which causes R-value loss, breeds mold, and creates dangerous dead weight that leads to structural deterioration. Business interruption, liability, and asset degradation can quickly cost far more than the actual roofing work. These secondary losses grow every day a proper repair is delayed. Use this decision tree to determine your next step. If water is near electrical systems, affecting customers, or appearing in the same spot for the second time, it's time for an emergency response. A professional assessment includes tracing the uphill source of the water, securing the area, and evaluating the roof for hidden moisture. This methodology provides a durable repair path and the clear documentation you need for all stakeholders. Commercial Roofing Pasadena understands the environmental stressors in this region and ensures every repair meets local commercial building codes. Don't wait for the next storm to worsen the damage. Schedule a professional commercial roof evaluation with Commercial